Hi everyone! So, today I thought I would go for the hard edge technique again. So I will do the first half today and the other half like a week later, but I'll condense that in one video for you. I've already prepared my canvas. I will show how I do it for the next half. I will put the tape here and I will show it on camera. But it's quite easy, really. What I do is just put the masking tape on, and then I use fluid medium on the edges of the tape. Because if I don't use the fluid medium, the paint will infiltrate under the tape and will make the tape lift, and that's not good because I want this straight, nice line. And the fluid medium seals the tape and fills the little hole under it, so the paint can't enter. This will enter instead and block it. That's how it goes, really. And so I put medium on all the edges of my tape. I continued on the corner, and I will do two different halves. We'll do one very colorful, with all my fluorescent colors, and one with maybe just black and white. I'm not too sure yet, but I think that's what it will be. Still have some time to go, but I want the two contrasting halves, and so yeah, I still have time to think about it, and but yeah, I want really two contrasting halves. I'll probably use two different techniques to get that, and a bit like the heart painting, but on a smaller scale. I think it will look very interesting. So let's get started with that. Actually, I mix my paints the usual way. 50-50 paint and GAC 800. I mix that and then I add water because I know exactly how much of a mix I have. I had water and I can know 20-25% water to a dose, but I add usually 20 for the fluorescent paints. They are Daler-Rowney, and about 20% water gives me a fluid cream consistency, and that's what I'm looking for. For the white, I used Zinc white. It's a white with very heavy pigments. I use the Zinc white because it's the best to create effects with the heavy pigments. I will swipe the Zinc white over the colors, the light colors, with water. The water lightens the density of the paint and pigments, and I put no water in this one because I want it heavy and dense. And by doing so, when I put the heavy and dense paint over the light density paints, the heavy density paint will sink into the light density paint and push them up and create cells. That's how it works. I just do that with paint, GAC 800 and water, nothing else. I do not use silicone, I do not use a torch, but I think I already mentioned that. But if you are new here, that's how I work. And we'll get started now, and I will zoom you in and show you what I do. Okay, so what I'll do is just pour some blushes. Here and there. This one is almost... I'm reusing the paints from one of my last painting. I mixed too much, so I'm doing another painting. So what I'm doing now is just helping the paint flow over the corner of the canvas, so that way when I swipe it covers all of the visible canvas. And now for the white. That looks pretty cool. And let's swipe this. It's not large enough. Okay, scene 2, take 2. Larger board. And now a time lapse so you can see everything appear. So I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. I enjoyed watching the cells appear in real time. It's probably going to keep changing a little bit. I have a feeling that more cells will appear in those white area, or the cells that are already there will keep growing a bit. But some things that I like on this canvas. First of all, here, the orange with the blue, and it keeps going on the side as well. It's really cool. You can't see that side, but yeah, it's really nice, the contrast here, and it's a little area, but quite noticeable in my eyes anyway. Those cells here, the multicolor cells, they're small, but size is not all that it matters, because there's green, pink, blue, and purple, and yeah, quite cool. I really do like those mini cells here. Then there's here where blue is starting to pop through in the green, and the purple starting to pop through in the green, and here where the green is starting to pop through in the purple, as well as the blue, but the green is really contrasting, and I really like that. Here it's quite interesting, those cells with the perfect line in them, orange on one side, purple on the other. There's one large cell here with blue and orange. I'm hoping I will get more of those. You'll have noticed too that I put most of my white on the tape, so I didn't have one large white block in the middle. The canvas is quite small, so I wanted to keep the more area possible for cells and not a block of white, and that's why I did that. Just the mini cells here starting to appear. I'm thinking it's going to grow. There are one here as well, so it'll keep changing. I'm confident, and I quite like that. And I'm decided now that the other side I want it to be a dark color. I'll probably do black and white, but more black than white. We'll see how that goes. Probably go for a dirty pour flip cup for the other side. It's going to be two different style on two different sides and two different like color contrast. This one will be super colorful, while this one will be a lot more dark and subtle, I guess. This one is just right in your face. It's not subtle at all. And I like those lines here. Again, the orange and the blue, really cool. I love those. And just the lines that keep going. It's like long cells. You have some more cells here, blue and the green, and here some baby cells. But the best baby cells are here. The purple with the green, the blue, and the pink. Lovely. And the pink and the green here as well. It's very colorful and I really like that. So yeah, that's about it. Really colorful, really cool, nice cells. And yep. And we're back. So like I said, real happy with the overall look of the painting. Some really nice color mixes in there, some nice cells, and I think we won't have a lot of white on that side. That's why I really put it as much as I could on the tape. Tape lifted a little bit here, but I'm pretty sure that the paint won't infiltrate, but if it does, we'll paint over it. So it's not too bad, but it can't happen on that side once I paint it. Because now I can't like paint over that, so I'll have to apply the medium really carefully and wait. I'll have to wait a bit, but patience pays, and like I said earlier, it's going to keep changing. The colors are starting to pop through here, and there's a large cell that appeared there. The cells that was starting, it's growing. So yeah, that's how I did it, and quite happy with the result. It's really colorful, it's really in your face, and that's why I really want to keep the other side more neutral, like just dark color. And I think I will just go with black and white, really. I think it's going to be the best. And with the little white part here, I will do more black than white, so it really separates the edge, the middle, and there's no look like it's really going it's not separated. I want it to look like really separated and in the middle, and so I'll do more black than white. And I'll do that in a week, but you guys are lucky. You'll get to see it right away. So like I said in the first the first part of the video, what I intend to do is one half super colorful and the other half like black and white, and that way it's going to be super contrasting, like one half very sober and the other half happy, colorful. So now for the medium, I really have to fix this. My bottle won't close properly because of the accumulation. Just use this. Make sure it doesn't hide. And brush. Any brush will do, as long as covers the tape, basically. This one is a nice size. This one is a nice size. You just have to do one pass and it's good. So here we go. I just put the free medium, and I'm going to just paint over the edge. And once that coat is dry, I'm going to do another coat, and after that maybe a third coat if I see some areas that are a bit tricky. And after the third coat is done, I will leave it for a day, make sure it's really dry and nice, and after that I re-pour the other side, and that's it basically. So today I'm going to continue this canvas here, where I pour the super colorful side, and on this side I plan to do something dark with neutral colors. Well, I put the tape on once it was dry and started curing, and it was pretty solid. Like I waited about a week to do that. But you're lucky because you get to see it in all one video. Basically, it's pretty easy. I put zinc white, iridescent stainless steel, black, carbon black, and I mix them with GAC 800. The black is an ink. So it's mixed in a 1 part ink to 10 part medium ratio. I added a little bit of water, like 5% water. It doesn't really need water, but I'm adding some in hopes of maybe achieving some nice effects. The rest, the two others, are fluid acrylics. I do 1 part paint to 1 part medium. You see me remixing this one right here because it has heavy, very heavy pigment density, and when I let the paint rest, they tend to fall to the bottom, so I need to remix it before I pour. That will probably cause some bubbles, but it's better that than no pigments in my paint, because it all fell to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is flip cup dirty pour on that side. The other side was a swipe, but since I really want a lot of contrast, I will also do different colors, but also a different technique. So I'll zoom you in and I will get started with that. So what I'm going to do is place the paint in order of density in one of my cups. This is the densest. It's a mix of iron, chromium and nickel, both quite heavy metals, so it's the heaviest here. This is zinc white, so it's zinc oxide. It has a density of about 5.6 gram to centimeter cube. And this here, from the list by Golden, it has a density of about 7 or something like that, 7 gram per centimeter cube. So I will put the white on top of the stainless steel. Iridescent stainless steel is the name of the color. And finally the carbon black. If I remember correctly, it's about 1.5 gram per centimeter cube, so it has the lightest density here. There are other blacks, like bone black, which has a density of about 2 grams per centimeter cube, and Mars black, that has a density of about 5 grams per centimeter cube. But the carbon black has quite a light density compared to the others, and that's why I picked it. Because I have 2 dense paints with 1 lighter paints, so maybe that way I will get some nice cells or lacing. I don't know, I'll try. Even if I don't, it's just going to contrast even more with my other side, which has a myriad of cells. So here, place it in the middle, well, not in the middle, but in the middle of the part I need to paint. Oops. I had a little accident, happy accident. I'll move it a little bit more. I think here would be perfect. And finally, I just lift this. I'll give you a time lapse in case it changes, and I will cover up my sides in the meantime. So the time lapse is over, and I quite like this. We have some tiny baby cells here, 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 but most of all what I really love is those lines here. The lines are just wonderful. We have some here in the tape, but it's hard to see where it starts and stops because of the texture of the tape, and here is the reason why I tape and then seal with medium. You can see the edges are flat and aren't lifting and rippling, but here there's no medium and it's lifting because of the water in the paint. The medium prevents that, and there's a tiny line that will start at the edge of the medium. There's some cool lines here, really pretty. There's a line here of probably iridescent stainless steel mixed with a little bit of white, but there are white lines that contour it, and it's superb. Here looks like it looks like a piece of agate stone, I think, when you cut it with the lines in it. There are some tiny cells that made it here, but the effect is really cool, and it's probably caused by the iridescent stainless steel because the pigments in it are coarse, meaning that they are bigger than the other pigments, and they probably cause those dots around and the marbled look to the black here. It's pretty lovely. Really like that white line that continues here and comes here contouring the other line. I like the iridescent stainless steel that shows in here, but we'll see even more of it once it dries. I think it's going to contrast very nicely with the other side. I'll try to film tomorrow as I remove the tape. You have to do it once the paint is still tacky, but kind of dry, because you don't want the paint to keep flowing once you remove the tape. It's just going to mess up your line. But yeah, overall, very happy with this. I didn't expect much cells because I used 2 dense colors with only 1 light color, light density. Not light, because my lightest density color is actually the black. But I have some, and that's probably caused by the most dense paint in my painting, the iridescent stainless. Yeah, overall, very happy with this. Some really cool effects, and that part here, really like that. It's sure it's caused by the iridescent stainless steel. I can't wait to see how it will dry. And we're back, and quite happy with how the SAF turned out. And I can't wait to remove that tape, but I'll have to wait till tomorrow to do that. Patience, it pays. Another one of my sayings. Even though I'm quite impatient at times, I have to be patient. And I'm really happy with the black part that's near the colorful part. I think it will only increase the contrast. And it's really, really pretty. This baby cells here is growing a little bit. We'll see where it stops once that sets. It's pretty much the only cell I got. One of the only cells I got, but cells are really overrated in my opinion. Like, yes, they are nice, but those lines are also superb. The overall look, the rock looking, well, the agate or geode, I'm not sure how it's named in English. I'll probably put a subtitle there after I research it, so you can understand me at least. But yeah, the word for it in French is agate. It's a precious stone with a bunch of lines in it when you cut it. So yeah, quite happy with this half. I was very happy with the other half, so it's going to be a 2-in-1 painting with the hard edge technique. I just love that technique. I can't wait to remove that tape once again. And yeah, on that note, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day. Make sure to subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!